And
Node
oh man, I
5,
forgot the name of
1,
the other
Node 5,
oh
4,
jeez. Well,
8,
Wesley will give you guys
1,
more information
1,
about
5.
that. I'm getting old and I'm forgetting all the things. Alright, let me do one more check to see if Andrew is still around by any chance. Andrew, are you still around by any chance?
This is Zero TCO. Yes, I am here. I'm trying to do this all mobile, but it's not cooperating. But I think I can manage one question here. Let's see here. W0TCO. How far did I get last time before I cut out back to net?
We did not hear anything on the first transmission.
Got it. So I will start all over. I will be doing the questions tonight. I just have a single question because that's the capacity of my brain to memorize it. So tonight's question, I'll read the question, and then I will read the 4 answers. And then after that, I will open the floor up to anyone listening with a technician class license to come with their name and call sign and their answer. Once all of the technicians have checked in, I will open up the floor to anyone with a valid ham radio license so that they can come in and answer. So with that, let's get started. Tonight's question is, what band is best suited for meteor scatter? Is it A, 2 meters, B, 6 meters, C, 10 meters, or D, 70 centimeters? So I will open up the floor to anyone with a technician class license at this time. Come with your name and call sign, and then your answer. So come at me now.
Class 5 YLS. I'm going to go with 2 meters. I believe that was an answer.
All right, we got you down for 2 meters. Anyone else with the technician class license? All right, nothing heard, so let's open up the floor to anyone with a valid ham radio license. Come at me with your name and call sign and then answer, please.
AI5JT, 6 meters. I don't remember which letter that is.
My apologies. I seem to have dropped the connection again here. I need to figure out a new setup. But the correct answer is 2 meters. That is the radio band used for meteor scatter propagation. So the only person I heard was Cody, who has a technician license. So you get the point tonight. This is W0TCO, back to net control.
All right, Andrew, thank you so much for helping out with the news tonight. And again, just a reminder for you guys, we are going to be having an in-person test this Saturday. If you want more information, go to n50ak.org and check on the Discord server. We have a channel on Discord, Get Licensed, it's called, and that will have more information in case you are interested, or if you know anybody who is interested in getting licensed, and you know that people are interested, so tell a friend. All right. You are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N50AK, and by awesome hams like you guys. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. And my name is Ernesto, KI5PZN. That's Papa Zulu November, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. All right, we're going to pass the mic now to Cody, KI5YLF, famous Cody, for tonight's news. Cody, the mic is yours.
This is KI5YLF for your guys' news. We've got ARRL and FEMA sign agreement. Ham radio is as relevant as ever. The agreement emphasizes the importance of skilled amateur radio operators in the time of crisis and the role of ARES leadership within the emergency communications space. ARES is a network of trained amateur radio service licensees organized across the country to provide communications and other support to service agencies, such as the local government, hospitals, and disaster response charities. Let it reset. More than 20,000 ARES volunteers actively participate in the ARRL program. In 2022, they provided more than 420,000 labor hours of service, saving local officials $13.4 million in personal costs. Each member of ARES has specialized training in emergency communications. Many have also completed training in the National Incident Management System in order to integrate with local officials during an emergency response. In March 2023, FEMA released the final version of the NIMS information and communications technology functional guidance, which includes radio amateurs in the response ecosystem and national emergency preparedness. The agreement is representative of the continued commitment and cooperation between FEMA and ARRL, said ARRL Director of Emergency Management Josh Johnston, KE5MHV. Serving our country during emergencies is as important service provided by ARES volunteers and a principal purpose of our amateur radio service. Our well-equipped volunteers bring their training, use of innovative technologies, and community partnerships together to serve better before and during disasters. FEMA announced the new agreement on Twitter, stating, "We recently signed a new MOA with @ARRL, establishing our partnership with licensed volunteer amateur radio operators to support response and recovery efforts. We've honored to work side by side to meet the needs of millions in the wake of disasters." Former FEMA Administrator and ARRL member Craig Fugate, KK4INZ, led the agency with the previous MOA with ARRL was signed in 2014. Fugate said the agreement underscores the importance of ham radio by incorporating amateur radio into their emergency plans. FEMA ensures that they have access to a network of trained operators who can establish and maintain communication links when traditional infrastructure fails. This collaboration between FEMA and amateur radio operators allows for more robust and resilient emergency communication capabilities, ultimately contributing to effective disaster response and recovery, said Fugate. And then as for our second news article, we have Gomez nominated for vacant FCC seat. 2 commissioners re-nominated. President Joe Biden announced 3 nominees for the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, on May 22, 2023. The president will nominate Ana M. Gomez for a vacant FCC seat. 2 sitting commissioners, Jeffrey Starks and Brendan Carr, will be nominated for new terms at the same time. Gomez is an attorney with decades of experience in domestic and international communications law and policy. Gomez currently serves as a senior advisor for international information and communication policy in the State Department's Bureau of Cyberspace and Digital Policy, where she has been leading U.S. preparations for the Monitoring WRC 23 conference that will commence on November 20th in Dubai. ARRL, the National Association of Amateur Radio, has represented the interest of U.S. radio amateurs in preparation for the conference, and ARRL Technical Relations Specialist John Silverling, WB3 ERA, has been appointed to the U.S. delegation of WRC 23. ARRL also actively supports the work of the International Amateur Radio Union, which, as a member of the ITU Radio Communications Sector, participates in conference preparatory work, and whose representatives will also attend WRC 23 by invitation as observers and advisory capacity. Cat's got my tongue today. Earlier in her career, Gomez served for 12 years in various positions at the FCC, including Deputy Chief of the International Bureau and Senior Legal Advisor to then-Chairman William E. Kennard. From 2009 to 2013, she served as the National Telecommunications and Information Administration Deputy Administrator. Gomez also briefly served as counsel on the Senate Committee of Commerce, Science, and Transportation Subcommittee on Communications, as well as Deputy Chief of Staff of the National Economic Council during the Clinton administration. Prior to joining the State Department in 2023, Gomez was a partner in the Washington, D.C. law firm Wiley LLP. Gomez also was Vice President for Federal and State Government Affairs at Sprint Nextel and an associate at the Arnold and Porter law firm. Senate hearings on all 3 nominees are expected to be held in June. Back to you, Ernesto.
Well, thank you, Cody. Appreciate you reading the news. Yeah, we have, for those of you guys who are interested in emergency response, we have a channel for Aries, and we can put you in touch with the guys if that's something that interests you guys. And yeah, it's pretty cool that we have new management on ARRL. That's very neat. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions or comments for tonight's news? If so, please call in with your name and call sign. All right. Well, thanks again, Cody, for helping out with the news. I know it's not as to me at least. It's easier to run the net than to read the news. For whatever reason, this comes more and more naturally. So, thanks a lot, dude, for helping out tonight, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. All right. Well, you are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club. Call sign and 50AK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, and my name is Ernesto, KI5PZN, and I'm your net controller for tonight's net. We're going to pass the mic now to Ernesto, KI5PZN for Fox News. Ernesto, the mic is yours. Well, thank you, Ernesto. All right, well, this is KI5PZN with tonight's Fox News. And we had two Foxes last weekend. We have the Johnson City Fox, and that was N5APD Danny. He hosted that one. Thank you, Danny, for hosting the Fox on Johnson City. We had a great time. We also had lunch over there in Johnson City at the Agave. That was delicious as well. And for that one, for the N5APD Fox, the people who signed the log was K5TR George. I didn't see Paul's signature there, but I know he found it. KA5FZU. Paul found that one too. And then WZ5BBS Rusty also. KI5PZN, yours truly. AI5JT Rick found it as well. And KI5MVF Jeffrey also found that the N5APD Fox last weekend in Johnson City, and thank you guys for hosting it and everybody for participating. We also had another one, and that was also last weekend, and that was John, KE5RS. That was his first time hosting the Fox for us, and that was a lot of fun as well. Appreciate John, you doing that. And that for that one, the people we had on the log was AI5JT Rick. He found it first, and then Paul KA5FZU. He found it after Rick, and then yours truly KI5PZN. Then Rusty WZ5BBS, and Tom W2MN. That was on Leander, and that was also this last weekend. We had a great time looking for those two Foxes. Now, coming up for this weekend, we have more Fox hunting action. And we're talking about hidden transmitters. In case you are new to ham radio or you're just listening online, we're not talking about an actual Fox. We're talking about a little transmitter that we hide, and then, we get out there and have a lot of fun finding those things. So I am going to be hiding mine, the KI5PZN Fox, over the weekend, and I'm going to be posting the map on Discord. And if you, for whatever reason, can't reach Discord, you can shoot me an email to KI5PZN@gmail.com, and I will shoot you that map so you can have that. And also, KE5RS John is going to be hosting this weekend. Again, thank you, John, for making that happen. And I'm sure he's going to be posting the map on Discord as well. My Fox, at least, is going to be up and running on Friday, like around 5 p.m. until Sunday, I think around 6 p.m., so that I can talk about it on the Weekend Wind Down Net at 7:30 every Sunday night. So that's happening, those two Foxes this weekend. And then don't forget that we have the in-person testing on Saturday as well at 11. And that's all for Fox News. I hope I'm not missing anything here, but that's what I have here on my crazy people's notes. All right, well, it's time to pass the mic now to Mr. Rusty WZ5BBS, our president with the club. Announcement. Rusty, the mic is yours, my friend.
Hey, Ernesto, everybody on the net. Yes, sir. We have one new member as of last Thursday, Rodrigo. KJ5BEJ is officially a member. So welcome, welcome. Our next testing session is this Saturday, May 27 at 11 a.m., so if it's time to upgrade or make something happen, you can sign up online, n5oak.org. Just click on the Get Licensed tab, and you can sign up online, pay online, get everything ready so you're ready to show and rock and roll. We will be at the library, the Hawson branch. All the information's on Discord and the web, just like Ernesto says. You can also get some N5OAK gear while you're on the website. Just go look for the gear button. The next club meeting will be Saturday, July 15th at the same Hawson branch of the Austin Public Library. They like us over there, so you know what, we're gonna go say hi as much as we can. We got the KI5PZN Fox Hunt and apparently the KE5RS Fox Hunt as well. So we got 2 Foxes going this weekend. If you're not testing, if you're testing, they'll be going all weekend, so you can still go and play. The easiest way to stay up to date is to subscribe to the official club calendar. Just head over to n5oak.org and click on the calendar tab to make that happen. I've got some new photos and fun stuff up on the web, so go check that out. We are going to pass it over to Kent, KI5RBT, and he is going to update us on the TriviaNet. Kent, are you there, sir?
Yep, thank you, Rusty. For all of our new members, the Oak Hill ARC has a TriviaNet here every Friday around 9 p.m. Last week we had 46 players. Third place was Cody, KI5YLS, with 1,551 points. We had Bill, W5ITZ, who came in with 1,668 points, and someone named Kent with KI5RBT with 1,786 points came in first place. One good thing is I won't be playing now that I'm going to be running a net, so sorry for anyone else that I've edged out over the past couple of months. On the elimination round, everybody got blown out on round 2, so we don't really have a winner. So far, the rankings overall for TriviaNet is I'm in third place, ranked points is 1589. Aaron, AI5HP, has 1,609 ranked points, so he's at number 2. And Alan, KB5, Victor Kilo Papa, has 1,804 ranked points. Way to go, guys. Let me give you a break for a second. Anybody can play trivia. All you need is a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer. You'll start around 8:30 p.m., so you'll have something to do while you're hanging out waiting for the net to begin. Check out the player rankings, stats, net logs, or more information about the Friday Night TriviaNet. Head over to n5oak.org and click on the TriviaNet tab. This is KI5RBT, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Rusty, for the announcement, and Kent for the trivia update. Kent, your audio is pretty cool. Have you changed anything on your setup by any chance? Back to you.
No, sir. All I did was plug the antennas back in. They've been unplugged for a couple of days since all the storms we've had, and that's really about it. KI5RBT, back to that.
Well, very cool, man. It's very clear and good. So you're running the net tomorrow?
I think I've committed myself to that, so I have a lot of regret and worry and fear, but I'll get over it, just like I do with everything I do. And first time's going to be a little harder to do, but I have a great example. I watched Scott do it last week, and he really did a great job. So I'm not saying, well, if Scott can do it, I can do it, but hey, Scott did a great job, so it encouraged me to get out there and see if we can fill the shoes that Rusty has been doing for quite some time.
Well, then, my advice is we can't fill Rusty's shoes. We got to do our own flavor here because we all have different styles. Scott did a great job, absolutely. And my advice is just stick to the script. That's how I run this net. For those of you who don't know, I have a script in front of you. That's funny. In front of me, and in front of you. And I just read that thing, and I still mess it up. I just messed it up a second ago. So don't, it's the people that you saw on the quarterly meeting, and you've been talking to for a long time, and it's just regular people you be talking to, so don't sweat it, man. I know, the first one, it's a little bit awkward, just like the first date when you go for the first time. I still remember the first few nets. I would be like sitting here waiting for the net to start, and I'll be sweating profusely and be like all nervous and clammy hands and all that. But once you do a couple, it becomes a lot of fun. I don't know. I think you're gonna do great, man. So thanks again for helping out, and we'll be talking to you hopefully in a little bit. All right. Well, you are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, @ N50AK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. And my name is Ernesto, KI5PZN. That's Papa Zulu November, and I am your net controller for tonight's net. All right. Well, I'm about to get started with check-ins. New hams are encouraged to check in. So if you are a new ham or you haven't been on the air much since you got your license, this is a perfect net for you. We will absolutely love to hear from you. So come and say hi, because we all get very excited when new hams check in. To help with the combo flow, I have a question. I actually have two questions for tonight's net. How about them apples? The questions for tonight's net are, all right, name your top 3 desserts. Let's talk about sweets, because that's something that I cannot eat a whole lot, but let's talk about sweets. What are your top 3 desserts? And question number 2, any plans for the Memorial Weekend? Those are the 2 questions for tonight's net. And you don't have to answer tonight's questions, but it'll be a lot cooler if you did. All right, let's do regular check-ins. Any licensed operator is welcome to check in. No club membership is required to participate. And don't forget, Newham, we are waiting for you guys to check in. All right, any mode, anywhere, please come in with your name and call sign slowly. Don't forget to give me your name and also your call sign, and go slowly, friends. I'm listening.
Whiskey Tango Hotel, Pat Austin, Echo Link.
This is WZ5BBS, Rusty, Northwest Austin.
KI5 YLS, Cody, Fort Hood, or Fort Cavazos.
This is KI5 ZTW Blake at Spicewood. This is Kilo 5 Bravo Mike Romeo Brandon in South Austin. This is Kilo India 5 Romeo Bravo Tango Kent and Pflugerville. This is Frank Kilo India 5 Zulu Yankee Tango. All right. A good run here, so let's pull a pause here and go and check with Mr. Pat W5WTH. Pat, what is going on, man? How is live treating you?
Oh man, if I have any more fun, I'd have to be arrested. It's doing great. Thanks for running that, Ernesto. We had a bang-up time on the CW net. We're sorry we missed, but we had a pretty good group, like 5 or 6 people on, and a couple of new people, so it was good fun. This Memorial Day, I'm gonna be see what I'm going to a friend's house for some barbecue, and I'll probably watch the Indianapolis 500, and throw a couple other things in there. Maybe some time for some ham radio, and by the way, I think there's a contest this weekend. KPITR applied to us about that, if there is. But anyway, that's kind of about it. Thanks for running that, and appreciate it. W5WTH, back to that.
Well, very cool, Pat. Sorry I missed the net today. I was getting ready for this one. I have a question for you. What are your top 3 desserts? Back to you, Pat.
Probably dark beer, A beer, and porter beer.
Awesome, man. I really like that answer. I'm glad to hear that. Well, cool, man. It sounds like you have a good weekend lined up. Could you tell us a little bit more about the CWNet? Because I'm sure we have new people listening tonight. We hope so. So could you give us a little bit more information about that, Pat? Back to you.
Oh man, I'm going to say yes on that. So this has been going on for pretty close to 3 years now. And we have it's a very loose, informal net. It's at 7:30 to 8, right before the FM net. We meet at on 80 meters at around 3532, and that's done purposely because it's in the technician portion of the band. So if you have a ham radio license, you're good to go with CW on that HF frequency. And so I would just say we advertise it on the Thursday Night Net Discord channel and also the CW Ops channel in Discord, and just go in, throw your call sign out there, and we really could care less how good or how bad you are. If you're trying, then you're welcome, and we just have a good time. It's 30 minutes of fun, and we've been there, like I said, weekly for about 3 years now. And thanks for asking, Ernesto. I appreciate you letting me say something about it.
No, man, it's my pleasure. Now, let me ask you something. If I don't know any CW, can I get in with a computer by any chance? Back to you.
Well, for you, we would prefer that you use the more traditional methods because you know that you're smarter than most people. But really, in all seriousness, we don't care if you use a keyboard to send or a decoder or a straight key or a paddle or some kind of automatic generated something or another to send. We don't care if you use a decoder to receive. So if you want to use FL Digi to both send and receive automatically, that's fine. We don't care. Like I said, we honestly don't care as long as you're trying to get better and enjoy CW, and you're welcome to. Everybody's welcome to attend.
Well, thank you very much, Pat. And for those of you guys listening, Pat runs that net. It's every Thursday at 7:30, just before this one. And if you want to learn CW is a lot of fun. If you look at it as a game, it's a lot of fun. I started doing this a few months ago. And I've been asking the guys on CW all kinds of questions, and Pat's been very, very nice and patient with me, and he have share a whole bunch of information with me, and I am getting a little bit better every day. That's why he doesn't want me to use the computer. But you can do that. You can log in, and you can use a computer or app, like he said. And it's a lot of fun. They're very friendly, and they welcome everybody on that net. Pat, do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
No, Ernesto, thanks for running the net, and thanks for letting me talk about the CW net. It's been great fun running it, and look forward to seeing some other people on W5WTH back to net.
Hi, Pat. Well, I appreciate you checking into tonight's net, and I also appreciate everything you do for the club and all the help you've been, giving the guys that are trying to get started on CW. Thanks again, man. It's been a pleasure hanging out with you in this CW journey that I'm going through. So thanks again for helping me out, and helping everybody out. Well, guys, that was Pat, W5WTH, the one and only Pat. And Pat, you have an awesome rest of the week and an awesome weekend. I hope you enjoy all of those activities that you were saying there that you were going to be doing, barbecue and watching the race. So, dude, we'll be talking to you soon. And well, you take care. All right, that was Pat, W5WTH, and now we are going to check with this guy, Rusty, WZ5 PVS, the president of the club. Rusty, what's going on, man? How is this week treating you, my friend?
Hey, Ernesto, everybody on the net. Hi, Pat. I was going to say hi, but, he won't let me talk to you. Dude, everything's been good. It's been a busy week. Last weekend was a lot of fun. Got to send a big thanks to Danny and Chris, KI5, UYD, and then Danny N5APD for getting us out into Johnson City for a great fox hunt and some awesome lunch. It was a whole lot of fun, especially since we did the Leander Fox first, so that way we went through the country and down through Marble Falls. So it was an incredible drive, and it was a long day, but it was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to testing this Saturday, so if you want to see a bunch of knuckleheads administering tests, y'all come hang out with us at the library. It's always fun. We still have some room open if you're looking, and you've got until tomorrow to get in there and make it happen. Make sure you get Philip all paid. But the VE sessions are a whole lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Probably getting a little lunch on Saturday, doing a little fox hunting again if John's got his up here. So yeah, man, just kind of hanging out this weekend. We've got F1 is in Monaco, so that's going to be a fun race, and I'll be wasting a lot of time. Watching a lot of racing. So that'll be good. I don't have anything planned for Monday as of yet, but we shall see. And then what was the question? What was the question? I totally forgot.
Man, you're getting old, and thanks for reminding me of opening the floor. I'm so used to not doing that. But the other question is, name your top 3 desserts, my friend.
Yeah, desserts. All right. Well, I'm going to have to go with a chocolate dip cone from Dairy Queen. That was my all-time favorite. It was also Dad's all-time favorite. Number 2 would have to be a real-life funnel cake, and none of this, crap that's made in China that they put in the microwave. Like I want, dough in the fryer, hot, burn the crap out of your mouth. And then third would have to be tres leches cake. Good tres leches cake is really, really hard to find, but they're fantastic. And then, just so I can mention old Rod, some homemade chocolate chip cookies. That was Rod, W5NDS's. I think it was his favorite dessert. So there's my top 4. How about that?
Well, very cool, man. Yeah, they all sound really delicious and tasty. It's, I'll take all of those. They all sound really good. It's funny. I'm just thinking about it, and then all I can do is just talk about it, because that will make me push me to the beady side of the fence. So I'm trying to avoid that, but it's always fun to talk about those things. Are you doing breakfast this Saturday by any chance? Back to you, Rusty.
Yeah, I don't know. Old man breakfast is a lot of fun, so you'll have to ask me on Friday. Depends on, more than likely, no. I'm enjoy sleeping in on Saturday, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe, it's going to be a definite possibly maybe. How about that?
Oh, man, these famous people are just... All right, man. Well, right on. That's all right. That's okay. We'll see you at least at the library, and for fox hunting as well. We'll bug you long enough over the weekend. Well, we got Rusty here on the net. Thanks again for reminding me about opening the floor. Does anybody want us to say hi or yell at Rusty? Please call in with your name and call sign. Well, you're very intimidating, Rusty. People are not calling in. Rusty, do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
What? The repeater said hi to me. That CW, that was just for me. That wasn't for anybody else on the net. It was the repeater saying hi, and then it misses me. So I'll leave it at that. No, man, y'all have a good Memorial Day weekend, and I will see you tomorrow for the Trivia Net. We got Kent, KI5RBT, running the Trivia Net. It's going to be a blast. We'll see you there. WZ5VVS, back to net control. Thanks for running the net, man.
All right, my dude, have a good one. We'll be talking for sure. Yeah, I'm very excited to hear Kent running the net. It's always exciting to hear new people running the net. And talking about that, if you would like to run a net like this net, we have the script of this net pinned to the Thursday Night Net channel on Discord, and you don't have to be like a seasoned ham to run this net. I started running this net a year ago, and I was like prior ham. Yeah, it was like less than a year ham, and I still don't know what I'm doing. But if you follow the script, it's a lot of fun, and you get to say hi to a bunch of people, which is absolutely awesome. So if you would like to do that, like I said, we have the script. You can go and check it out. And if you feel curious, you want to try it, just let us know. We would love to have you running the net as well. All right, we were talking to Mr. Rusty El Oxidado, and now we are going to do a quick ID because I want to stay legal here, y'all. Well, you are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign and 5OAK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, and my name is Ernesto, KI5PZN, that's Papa Zulu November, and I am your net controller for tonight's net. Alright, so we are going to go and check with Mr. Cody, KI5YLS. Cody, what's going on, man? How is the week treating you?
Hey Ernesto, it's Cody, KI5YLS. Thank you for running the net tonight. The week, let's see, we haven't done a whole lot. Still trying to look for a new job, and still technically on suspension, so technically I have a job, but it's not, technicalities not making me any money, so I don't know, I'm probably just going to find something else. What were the questions? Let's see, top 3 desserts. Let me reset and I'll think about it. Top 3 desserts, that has to probably be... I'm going to kind of go with Rusty, not so much a Dairy Queen cone, but Dairy Queen's M&M Blizzard. For some reason, I don't know, I just love their M&M Blizzard. Then I'd have to say probably a cupcake, a good cupcake. And then probably a cake with cream cheese icing on top. Very specific, I know, but I like cream cheese icing. Let me reset. And as for the question on, will I be doing anything for Memorial Day? Not that I know of. Hopefully by then I'm working, but I have an interview tomorrow, so wish me luck on that. But hopefully by then I'm working. If I'm not, I'll probably just be sitting in front of my computer drinking beer like I always do and playing games. Let's see. Other than that, not a whole lot else is going on. I was going to ask Pat, but again, you didn't let us talk to you, about the CW net. How would I go about doing that if I could use my computer and keyboard? just curiosity. Where would I go and what would I do? Also, I would have to be on Echolink if that's possible. But if you can answer that for me, and back to that.
Pat, are you around by any chance?
Yes, sir, I am. Yeah, Cody, so I don't know of a way to do that on Echolink. But let's just take Echolink out of that and say you're able to run HF on 80 meters. The easiest way or the cheapest way to do that is download FLDigi. It's a free program. And FLDigi, it really runs almost every digital mode, or a lot of digital modes. I won't say every digital mode, a lot of digital modes, RIDI and a bunch of them. Anyway, it also does CW, so it can send CW and it can decode CW. So if you want to send something like, hey Pat, you're the worst CW operator ever, that hit the air, you could type that into FLDigi, hit return, and it would turn that into dots and dashes and send that over the air. If I sent you back, I agree with you, Cody, I'm awful. It would decode that, if provided that I sent it cleanly. So anyway, FLDigi, it's a free download, and it's a pretty good piece of software. It's certainly a great piece of software for what you pay for it, but it does require that you have HF.
Okay, I'll have to look into that because, yeah, I definitely would need something that would translate for me because anything CW related or Morse code or anything like that, I am totally blank on. I don't even know the basics, so definitely would need something that would translate it for me. And I could learn, but, oh God, that would probably give me a headache. Anyway, but thank you for answering the question, and we'll turn it back to Ernesto at the net.
Thank you, Pat, for helping us out with Cody's question. Cody, are you planning on getting your general by any chance? Back to you.
Eventually, I don't want to stay poor little technician forever. To be honest with you, I haven't even started studying. I've been worried too much about getting a job, making money, getting out of this hole that I'm in. But I will study eventually, because yes, I do want to get my general, because I want to run a net. I don't know, I'm watching y'all and Ray, run a net seems like something I would enjoy doing, and, I was hoping maybe Rusty would hold out on the trivia net long enough to where I could take it over for him, but guess it's not gonna look like it. Oh well. Alright, well, back to net.
Well, right on, man. Well, it's a little bit harder through Echolink and All-Star because sometimes we lose connection, so that's probably one of the reasons too. It's a lot easier, I guess, when you're doing it directly through RF, at least to run it. But well, very cool, man. We got Cody here, KI5YLS on the net. If you would like to say hi to him, if you have any questions for Cody, please call in with your name and call sign. Well, all right. Got a case of the shyness tonight. Well, Cody, do you have anything else for the net before we move on, my friend?
Just, I hope everybody has a good Memorial Day, has a good weekend, and next week, up until next Thursday. And you guys should really follow me on my Twitch streaming because I'm trying to grow that like crazy. But that's about it. Back to net.
Well, very cool, Cody, and good luck with the job interview and everything else that comes after that. And we would love to hear you again next week and during the week on the repeaters, man. So you have an awesome end of the week, and weekend, I guess that should be called a weekend. There's a word for that. Have an awesome weekend, and we'll be talking to you soon. All right, that was Cody, KI5YLS, and now we are going to go and check with Blake, KI5ZTW. Blake, what's going on, man? How is the week treating you?
Hey, Ernesto, the week is treating me great. What is it today? Thursday. So yeah, I picked up a new antenna from our own El Presidente, WZ5 BBS. Haven't had a chance to deploy it yet, but I will. And so yeah, other than that, it's been great, and looking forward to the long Memorial Day weekend. Sitting in the pool, grilling, and having a cold beer or two or three, and just enjoying the weekend with friends and family.
Well, man, that sounds like a pretty good weekend. Pool, grilling, and beer. That's that should be the name of a country song, if there's not one already. Very cool. What type of antenna do you get from El Rusty?
A portable HF deployable antenna. It's really cool. Fits in a small little go bag, and it's tunable, and it's very cool. It's one that he had up on the SwapNet, and when he picked it up from a couple days ago.
Well, very cool. Is this a super antenna? Back to you.
I think so. Rusty could probably chime in and tell you more about it than I can. I literally picked it up from him, and I've set it in the corner of my office and haven't opened the bag since I left his house with it.
Well, man, yeah, be careful with Rusty. You know, he's shady out there. But no, it's I'm joking. It's the super antenna. I got one of those. Those are pretty neat. I usually take it with me because I go to Fort Worth pretty often to Mireya's dad. We go visit just once a month. It's been a while, but usually we try to go once a month. And I take that with me. I have a Yaesu 891, and I like that antenna because I don't have to take the antenna tuner with me, because you can just tune it to whatever you want with, just using your hand. So that's pretty neat, man. Are you planning on using it for portable operations, or are you planning on setting it up permanently at your QTH? Back to you, Blake.
I've got a vertical impasse here and a dipole at the QTH. This is going to be one of my portable options. I've got a couple in-feds, but this will just add to that as well.
Oh, man, you're all set up for Parks on the Air. Have you done a Parks on the Air already? Back to you.
I haven't. I'm registered. I look at it all the time, and I've made a couple contacts on HF. But I wasn't able to make the one y'all did at McKinney Falls 2 weeks ago. But I'm hoping that there'll be more of them, because I really want to activate a park, and I love being outside, so it's something I really want to do.
Well, man, you don't have to wait until the club puts one together. You can always, make a post on Discord. And if we have time, we can all grab a few beers and meet you wherever you are and get the party started. But yeah, man, that's one of those things. If you have time over a weekend, you feel free to make put a post on Discord, and I'm sure one of the guys will jump at it. And especially if it's somebody who's already done it, that way you get to learn it and also participate. But yeah, man, I wouldn't wait until the club is doing another one. Like I said, even if it's just like, who wants to do it, I'm sure people will jump at that opportunity. So keep that in mind, man. Blake, I have a question for you. Now I know what your plans for the Memorial Weekend is. I have one more question. I would like to know your top 3 desserts, my friend. Let's talk about sweets.
Dude, that's easy. It's creme brulee is number 1. Number 2 is bread pudding, typically with like a whiskey glaze sauce. And number 3, I know this is going to sound basic, but it's just Bluebell vanilla ice cream by itself in a bowl. Something I love about it.
Man, there's nothing wrong about that. It's usually whenever I have vanilla ice cream, it just brings me back to childhood. So it's always a good flavor, and it's a make you feel good type of flavor. So I get it, man. Well, right on. We got Blake here, guys. KI5ZTW. If you would like to say hi to him, if you have any questions for Blake, please call in with your name and call sign. I'm listening. Well, nothing heard. Blake, do you have anything else for the net before we let you go, my friend?
One more thing, we talk about parks in the air. Another cool thing I've made a contact also is with, if you're into racing, I'm a big NASCAR fan and dirt track racing fan. And so this weekend, somebody, it's usually Whiskey 9 IMS, will activate the Grand Prix at the Indy 500, and you can get a cool HF check-in there. You can Google it, find it, or just search around. And but yeah, there's a lot of cool activations you can get during race weekends as well on HF.
Well, very cool. Do you mind repeating that call sign again for those of you for the guys who want to write it down? Back to you, Blake.
Whiskey 9 India Mike Sierra W9 IMS, and I'll post a link to his website. Or he'll be operating there at the Indy 500 as well. I'll post it right now.
Well, very cool, man. I appreciate you sharing that information. Do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
No, thank you for running it, Ernesto, and look forward to seeing y'all soon. Talking to y'all soon. Have a great weekend.
All right, Blake, I appreciate you checking into tonight's net, man. It's good talking to you as always, and we'll be talking soon. All right, if you just turn on your radio, you are not hearing Ricky Ricardo. That's me, Ernesto. You're listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, callsign N5OAK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. And again, my name is Ernesto, KI5PZN. That's Papa Zulu November. And I'm your net controller for tonight's net. We were just talking to Blake, and now we are going to go and chat with Brandon. K5BMR. Brandon, what's going on, man? How is the week treating you?
Hey, Ernesto. Yeah, it's going pretty good. I finally took my general with the HRCC Ham Radio Crash Course group. They do it online. They're pretty intense, but I passed it, which is pretty cool. So I did that on Sunday morning. And been looking at antennas ever since. So should be expanding my horizons beyond just 10 meters pretty soon. Let me reset. Yeah, so I don't know. That's pretty much it. I had to travel a little bit for work this week, but yeah, happy to be home. Yeah, K5BMR back to the net.
Well, dude, that's kick-ass. That's a big deal, getting your general license. Congratulations. What type of radio do you have? Back to you, Brandon.
Yeah, it only took me 5 months of studying. So, it only took me 5 months. I've got a Yaesu 991A. So it's the FT991A. So it's a shack in the box. So, you know, I'm kind of ready for anything. I just really right now just need some antenna upgrades in my house. So I've got the 10-meter dipole, I've got my VHF, UHF antenna, but that's pretty much it. So I've been looking at like a making an end-fed half-wave, probably. So should have that up in the next couple weeks before it gets too hot. But yeah, back to you.
That's exciting. Yeah, I have the same radio, and I really like it. I have the 991A. That's what I'm using right now. So it's a good. I mean, I like it a lot. Yeah, this is a great time to put that antenna together because it's been nice lately. The weather hasn't been as hot as usually is this time of the year. So that's perfect. Now, since you are building your own NFET, I would. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Try to get the 80 meters on that antenna as well. Try to get 80 to 10 if you can. But the reason why is because I like 80 meters if we get out there at nighttime and chat. So that's something just to keep in mind. Now, I have a question for you. What are your top 3 desserts? Let's talk about sweets.
That is a great question. I'd say, number one, I heard bread pudding thrown out there. I love a good bread pudding. That's probably in my number 1 spot. Number 2, I know it's a little bit basic, but I gotta say, like lava cake. I love a good lava cake. Love it. And then number 3 would be just like a really good chocolate chip cookie with the scoop of vanilla ice cream. You cannot beat that. Unless you're beating it with bread pudding or lava cake. But yeah, anyway, no, that's about it for me. Back to the net, K5BMR.
Very cool. Yeah, those sound delicious, all of them. I wish I could eat everything that you guys are saying out there. Do you have any plans for this long weekend? Back to you, Brandon.
No, nothing major. I'm gonna visit some friends on Mason, probably on Saturday, and then just take it easy. I gotta actually do a little bit of work on Monday, so I'll be around the house, probably messing with my radio a little bit. K5BMR.
Very cool, man. That sounds like a good weekend. Just chilling and doing stuff around the house too. I know I have to work on Monday a little bit too, so I guess it could be worse. Well, guys, we got Brandon here, K5BMR. Would you like to say something to him? If you do, please call in with your name and call sign. Nothing heard. I guess we're shy tonight. Well, Brandon, do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
No, thanks for hosting it as always, Ernesto. K5BMR.
Well, all right, man, and congratulations again on getting your general. Like I said, that's a big deal. It's a lot of information to cram for one exam. So awesome, man. I'm really happy that you got that license, and we'll be talking to you soon, man. Have a good rest of the week and an awesome weekend. All right, that was Brandon, K5BMR. Now we are going to check with the guy who's running the trivia net tomorrow. KI5RBT, my friend Kent. Kent, what's going on, man? How is the week treating you?
It's almost over, and that's the best part of it. My 5th grader graduated from school yesterday, so that was a huge thing. Went out there, had to get up early, and go out there and watch him walk across the stage. And I don't remember doing that when I was in 5th grade. I think it was just like, okay, school's over, get out. I don't have any real plans this weekend. My back has been kind of messed up all week, and my wife has got kind of a broken rib, so neither one of us are in great shape. I think we're going to take some time just to relax and not do a whole lot. We'll let the computer reset. I got a multi-coupler for my scanners. That's one of the things I really enjoy doing is listening to aircraft and law enforcement and stuff like that. So I got a 1 to 4 multi-coupler. I've got 4 scanners. Well, I've got 3 scanners running right now in my shack. So I may go out and just do some of that. I found the interesting railroads the other day. I found how interesting their stuff is, listening to them. So I may go do some driving around and do that. Other than that, it's going to be a quiet 3 days, I think. KI5RBT, back to that.
Well, very cool, man. That's, relaxing. I know that if you're relaxing because you have, pains and stuff, it's not as fun as just relaxing for. But still beats having to work while being hurt. So relaxing, being able to relax while recovering, that's a good thing. It's, it's a good opportunity to be able to chill while you're recovering. I am glad to hear that. And you got all your stuff ready for tomorrow night? Back to you.
I'm still working on that. I think I have one meeting scheduled for tomorrow, so what I'm doing is transferring the script over to PowerPoint because it'll work better for me. I do enjoy ADHD, so the more organized I can be with my thoughts and stuff ahead of time, the better. That's what I do for work, is I do technical presentations and demonstrations for customers, so I'm kind of using that strategy as far as breaking it up into chunks and being able to have repeatable processes and do colors and everything like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Look, like I said before, I'm a little trepidatious, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be good. And Scott and I and whoever else will start putting our own spin onto it pretty soon. And if there's anyone else that's interested in presenting trivia, let us know, because Scott and I, we don't want to burn out the way Rusty has, because Rusty ran this for a couple of years by himself, and I think only you and Ernesto, you gave him a break a couple of times, but it's a lot. We're looking into it. It's a lot of work. So if there are any volunteers, we would be very glad to field that. KI5 RBT, back to that.
Man, and right now you're doing it. You're just talking to the same people that I'm talking to. So basically, you're doing the same thing, but just tomorrow. I hear you on getting everything organized. I'm old school, so I do everything on paper. But I have the script here in front of me. Then I have another notepad with a bunch of notes on the fox hunting stuff and who's helping me with the news and who's helping me with everything else, so that I don't have to look around. Then I have another page with the questions for us tonight, and then I have and then I have another piece of paper almost in front of my face with the ID, so I just have to look up and read that stuff. And then I have the list of the net on the other side. So yeah, this looks like I'm working, even though I'm just having a great time here running the net. But I like to be organized, and I try to get everything beforehand. So very cool, man. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for you as well, because it's a good thing to run nets. I for whatever reason, it's something that I do enjoy a lot. Now, we have Kent here, KI5RBT on the net. He's going to be running the trivia net tomorrow. If you'd like to say hi to him, or if you have any questions for Kent, please call in with your name and call sign.
W0TCO.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Hey, Kent. Just wanted to share with you that I also enjoy listening to APC, and there's this really cool website I found called lofiatc.com, and basically it is a nice background music station for when you're working in your office, and it overlays live APC at an airport of your choice with just some drony music in the background, and it's something I've been listening to basically every day for the last 2 months, and I really enjoy it. So I just wanted to share that with you as another avid ATC listener. That's lofiatc.com, I think. I can drop a link later in Discord, but just wanted to share that with you. W0TCO, back to Ernesto Net Control.
Did you get all that information?
Yeah, it's a little hard to read the signal, but if you could drop it into the Thursday night Discord, that would be helpful. But I listen to music, I listen to videos, I do a lot of stuff during the day when I get a chance. When my neighbors moved out during the middle of the night this week, I'm not sure what was going on, but they used to make a lot of noise. They had dogs, and their trash cans were right outside my office window and all that, so they pretty much kept me agitated all week, and I ended up using noise-canceling headphones and blasting, heavy metal or whatever I could to drown that out. So there's a lot of coping stuff. I'm in my 50s, so I've been dealing with this since I was about 9, and try to do my best. And luckily, I'm in a job that lets me have a lot of flexibility to do this. And Ernesto, did you want me to tell you about my favorite desserts?
You know it, sir.
Okay, well, I'm not a real big sweets guy, and the ones I can identify the best are German chocolate cake, homemade German sweet chocolate cake, where it's not super sweet, really good homemade brownies, not with any special herbs or anything, just regular, really good moist brownies. And my dad used to make some peach homemade ice cream. He's been gone for 20 years, but it's probably been 40 years since I've had it. So that was my favorite dessert. I'm not eating a lot of sweets these days, as a few of you know. So I'm trying to keep from getting diabetes, and I'm watching my A1C real close. So those are the things I think about. KI5RBT, back to that.
Dude, those all sound awesome, and the peach homemade ice cream, I've never had that in my life, but I think if I do, I will absolutely love it, because that sounds amazing. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't have the diabetes, but if I keep eating the way I ate in my 20s, 30s, and 40s, then I would get it. So I just enjoy talking about it. Every once in a while, I'll go for broke, and Rusty's seen me. I can inhale food like nobody else's business. But, that's just every once in a while, because otherwise we'll get diabetes. Well, very cool, man. I'm really happy to have you here tonight, and let me open the floor. We got Kent here, KI5RBT in the net, if you would like to check with him. If you have any question for Kent, please call in with your name and call sign.
KI5YLS.
Go ahead, Cody.
Hey, Kent, what's going on? Hey, I don't know if you saw it in the Discord, what I said. I said that if I had the right license, then I would help you on the net. But I was told that I cannot run a net as a technician. I have to have at least a general, or I don't know, whatever the next one up is. I can't think right now. But otherwise I would help you. So as of right now, until I get my license, my better license, the only thing I can do to help you is give you some topic ideas. So, but I've got plenty. So if you need me, let me know. Back to you.
Roger, appreciate that, Cody.
All right. Thank you, Cody, for your comments. And like I said, more than anything, it's just, I'll say more, it's really hard to run it on Equalink or All-Star, but, well, right on. Anybody else have anything for Kent? If so, please call in with your name and call sign. All right, nothing heard. Kent, do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
No, sir. I think this is the most I've talked in a single net, so I enjoyed it. Tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be through talking on ham radio for a while, but I'll get over it. It's just stage fright and all that. KI5RBT, I am out.
All right, man. Well, just keep in mind that you just did it. You just talked here, and it's probably a little bit less on the trivia net, less people. But, yeah, you just did it. So it's the same thing you just did right now, and you did great. So we are looking forward to the trivia net tomorrow night, man, and you'll do a great job. All right, that was Kent, and I should do a quick ID. You are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK, and by awesome hams like you. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, and my name is Ernesto, KI5PZN, that's Papa Zulu November, and I am your net controller for tonight's net. We were just talking to Ken, and now we're going to go and check with Frank, KI5ZYT. Frank, what's going on? How is the week treating you?
Well, it's been treating me pretty good, I could say. My Yaesu 6000R came in, and I'm looking forward to somebody that wants to help me install it in my car, because I know nothing about getting that done.
Alright. Well, let me ask you something. Are you on Discord by any chance? Back to you, Frank.
Yeah, I'm on Discord. I got on that a few weeks ago. Rusty told me about it on one of the Thursday night nets.
Oh, perfect, man. What I would suggest is put a message there and let us know. We have plenty of people that I'm sure they're more than happy to help you with that. And yeah, because it's, it shouldn't be too crazy. It depends on what you want to do. I have 1, 2, 3 radios in my truck, installed in my truck, and pretty much everything. Everybody have done it here if they've been a hand for a little bit. So just post a message and we'll look into it, man. We're more than happy to help. We are a friendly group, and I will guarantee you that somebody will step in and help you out. So just like I said, put a message there, and we'll be more than happy to hop in and help you out. Let me ask you something. Is this your first radio? Well, you're talking. Obviously, you're using the radio to talk to me right now. But is this your first mobile radio?
Yeah, it's my first mobile. I'm using one of the Powell phone radios, handheld walkie-talkie things here right now. But I've got that one to put in, and I want to do the simplest thing possible. It's not going to be anything elaborate.
Oh, very cool, man. No, I'm not very familiar with radios because, I haven't been a hand for that long. Is that one of those radios where you can detach the phase, or is that not the case? Back to you, Frank.
Yeah, I think you could detach the face, but I wasn't going to do it that way. I was just going to, it's got a bracket to mount it. It came with a bracket to mount it under the dash, I guess. There is the way that's supposed to work. But I figured that's what I would do. I noticed today on the Discord that there is a Yaesu section of it, so I was going to put a message there and probably put one on in the general also.
Yeah. They post it on the general, and maybe you can post it in a couple of channels, but the general will take you there. I was going to suggest, I have a radio. I have, like I said, 3 radios in my truck, and one of them is one of those that you can detach the face. And what I did was I cut a piece of plywood. It's probably about, 9 inches by 9 inches, not a complete, whole foot long or square. And then I mounted the body of the radio on that piece of plywood, and that goes under my seat. And then I run the cable to the face of the radio, which I have in a little mount just in the front of the truck. But all of that mess in the radio, and I even have an amp for 10 meters. But all of that gets under the seat, and if you want to take the radio with you, you can just grab the radio with the base, because the second you put it on that piece of plywood, it won't. At least in my case, that thing doesn't move. So that's just an option in case you have that capability of putting the body of the radio somewhere else. One thing that you have to keep in mind if you do that, if you go that route, is that if the speaker is kind of low, the volume, then you won't be able to hear very well. I put an external speaker in my truck to compensate for that. And then the power, I brought it directly from the battery, so avoid any noises, unwanted noises. So that's what I did on that one. The rest are just typical. They're just mounted on somewhere in the truck, just regular radios. I have, like I said, a 220. I have the dual bander, which is the one that I just mentioned, and one for 10 and 12 meters. Well, cool, man. Yeah, like I said, make the post there, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. How long have you been a ham, Frank? Back to you.
I just 6 weeks or so, or maybe 2 months. I got that. I'm going to be taking the general test Saturday, and if you're there, I'll take a look at how you're describing that. I think I got a picture of it in my mind.
Well, awesome, man. I'm really happy to hear that. Awesome. That makes me really happy to hear that you are going for the general. Yeah, I'll be there. I'm one of the VEs, and you'll see my truck. It's got the license plate with the KI5PZN. So look for me, and I wear one of those dorky hats that got my call sign just in case I get lost. People can find me and send me back home. So look for me, man, and we'll definitely chat about it.
Okay, that sounds great. I'm trying to make it that paid today, so I'm looking forward to that. And let me see, I should KI5ZYT confirm that I obey everything here. I'm getting that. I also want to let you know my 3 desserts are banana pudding, chocolate pie, and ice cream.
Well, right on. I doubled with you a little bit there on your auto transmission, but we got everything here. Now you're talking about banana pudding. About a month ago, we travel pretty often to Fort Worth because that's where my YL dad lives. And we stopped. There's this place just north of Temple that we've been seeing on our way up there, and it's on the left-hand side. It's called the Eagle Landing. It's a restaurant, and we wanted to stop there just for whatever reason, and we finally did it. We did it about a month ago, and the food was delicious. Got some chicken fried steak, and that thing was heavenly. But they have some homemade banana pudding, and I gotta tell you, that thing was something else. Instead of using the vanilla wafers, they had a fried donut. So it was like a sandwich of a fried donut, and then the banana pudding, obviously fresh and homemade. And I'll tell you what, I can't eat that every day because, like I said earlier, I'll get diabetes. But I would eat that. I would eat a pile of that every day. That was the most amazing banana pudding that I have had in my life. And again, if you are going to Fort Worth or Dallas, you're going north on I-35. It's north from Temple. It's on the left-hand side. It's called the Eagle Landing. If you are into banana pudding, do you have any plans for the weekend, Frank? Back to you.
The only plans were just to take that exam on Saturday, and then I was going to ask around if anybody was going to be doing any of the fox hunts. I might like to try to tag along with them if they were going to do it Saturday or Sunday, catch up with somebody, because I've obviously never done one of those, and I would like to just be a passenger in the back seat and see how it works.
Oh, dude, absolutely. We might be going on Saturday, or if not on Sunday, so get with me after you pass your test. I know you will. And we'll talk about it, man, because Rusty and I usually go together, and every once in a while we bring somebody like yourself who wants to learn, and we teach them what we do, and there's other guys who are doing it as well. So just, look for me. You'll find me. I'm easy to spot, and I'm really loud, and you can hear my accent from outer space, so look for me, man. Well, Frank, do you have anything else for the net before we move on?
No, I don't think so. I really enjoyed listening to everybody and being able to participate tonight. Thank you for being the moderator of it. So I really don't have anything else. This is KI5ZYT out.
All right, Frank, thanks again for checking into tonight's net, and I hope that you have an awesome rest of the week and an awesome weekend, and I know you will pass your general exam, so that's exciting, and we'll be talking to you soon. All right, that was Frank, and this is the last one on my regular check-in list here. Let me do a quick ID. If you just turn on your radio, you are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, call sign N5OAK, and by awesome guys like you. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, and my name is Ernesto, KI5PZN, that's Papa Zulu November, and I am your net controller for tonight's net. Before I do another round of check-ins, I received today in the mail the On the Air magazine, because I do, yes, I'm old and I get magazines in the mail. This is the May and June 2023 edition, I guess I should say that. And it's got a couple of, 3 things here that I wanted to share with you guys. And the first thing that I wanted to talk about is the upcoming contest and QSO parties. I saw that. And obviously a bunch of these are already done, but the one for, there's one on June the 3rd and the 4th, and that's the Kentucky QSO party. And if you want to learn more about that one, you can go to Kilo Yankee QSO Party.org, KYQSO Party.org. And then also June the 3rd and the 4th, we'll have the ARRL International Digital Contest. And if you want to learn more on that one, go to ARRL.org/ARRL-digital-contest. And on June the 10th and 12th, June 10 and 12, we have the ARRL June VHF Contest. I know a bunch of you guys like to participate on that one, the ARRL June VHF Contest. That's on June the 10th and 12th. And if you want more information, you can go to ARRL.org/June-VHF. That's the upcoming contest and QSO party. And then there's a nice article here on this, and again I'm talking about on the Air magazine. This is the ARRL May and June edition. They put a nice article here about sporadic E-propagation. So if you want to learn more about that, this is in plain English. I can understand this, and English is not my first language, so you can check it out too. And then, very juicy here, they also have, on page 19, Bobby, they have a step-by-step, and this is 3 pages, step-by-step on building a loop antenna for 10 and also for 6 meters. So this is as juicy as it gets. This is super awesome stuff, and it gives you a list of the materials and tools that you need to build that one, the loop antenna for 10 and 11 meters. And again, that's on the Air ARRL magazine, and this is the May and June edition. So keep that in mind if you would like to check those things out. Well, we went through the first round of regular check-ins, so we are looking for check-ins, and if you would like to check into this awesome net, all you have to do is grab the mic and call net control.
K5BAR.
This is KB5MPJ. Jason and Vito.
All right, we got K5BAR and KB5MPJ. Anybody else would like to check in as a regular check-in, please call in with your name and call sign. All right. Let's go and check with K5BAR. Do you go by Tim or Timothy?
The handler's Tim, and just wanted to let everyone on the net that we are receiving you down in Wimberley, Texas, and ready for the Memorial Weekend. Over.
Oh man, that's awesome! You're making it really good to the repeater. Full quiet here. Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Do you got you have any plans for the weekend? Back to you.
You know, in the ham world, I may go up there and check my antenna, that old 1480 tram, see if it's just looks like it's tuned up for the summer. Over.
Oh, right on. That's the same antenna I have here, the one I'm using. I love that antenna. I put a lot of mileage in it, and it works like a charm. I have a question for you, Tim. What are your top 3 desserts? Let's talk about sweets.
Oh, man, you know, I'd go in the pie world. It'd be pecan pie, you know, with some bluebell ice cream on top of it. And secondary would be pumpkin pie. And you had me kind of going with that banana pudding there. That sounded like a pretty good one, as long as it's made fresh. You know, I mean, that's it. Settle around for a little while and start skinning on top. I don't want none of that. Over.
I hear you, man. All of those, the ones you mentioned, sound delicious. But yeah, absolutely. With the banana, it needs to be it needs to be fresh and homemade, and that thing just tastes like heaven. I tell you, man. I'm still thinking about it. It's been a while. I better forget about it because I'm gonna get diabetes if I keep going up there. But very cool, man. Do you have any plans for HF or just chilling for the weekend?
I'm checked. The other guy had me going kind of there. I need to get my general, but yeah, mostly float around in 10 meter, man, and made a lot of contacts right here at this QTH with 10 meters, and really enjoy that. And I run a wire, in-bed wire, 84 foot of wire right across the top of my house, right across the ridge beam, and made contacts everywhere on 10 meters. But really need to get on that general. Really need to get on that general too, though, so I can kind of diversify over.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It will give you access to all the bands, so you'll have plenty to choose from. Now, 10 meters, it's pretty active, and you have plenty of room there to play. For those of you guys who are listening, if you have a technician license, you can jump on 10 meters, and on 10 meters you can do sidebands. And if you do sideband, you can go from 28.300 all the way up to 28.500. That's a lot of band there. And also 6 meters, whenever it feels like opening, you can go from all the way from 50.100 to 54. So that's also a big chunk there to play. But yeah, definitely if you go with the general route, it will absolutely open all of those bands for you, and there's always something happening. When one is closed, the other one is open, and you'll find that's like a 24-hour party line. So, party line. Man, that's pretty cool, man. Well, man, do you have anything else for the net? Back to you.
I'll just thank you for covering that tonight, and I'll just go ahead and throw it on back to let's go ahead and open this up, keep it going for a little while. Over.
Right on, man. Well, let me open the floor just in case somebody have any question for you. We got Tim here, K5BAR. Sorry, cool call sign, by the way. If you have any question for him or want to say hi, please call in with your name and call sign. All right, nothing hurt. Tim, you have an awesome rest of the week and a cool weekend, man. We'll be talking to you soon. Hopefully we'll hear from you again next week. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m., man. So have an awesome weekend, and we'll be chatting soon. That was Tim, K5BAR, new to the net, and welcome to the net. And let's see, now, after Tim, we got Jason, KB5MPJ. Jason, what is going on, man? How is the week treating you?
This is KB5MPJ. Pretty good, Ernesto. been out of town all week for work, but just got back today. Yeah, as far as my favorite desserts, I would have to say pecan pie, peach cobbler with vanilla ice cream, and also like fruit kolaches a lot, even though that's kind of more like a breakfast thing with coffee. I always like those and danishes and stuff like that, and Dairy Queen blizzards. So back to net control.
It's funny, I started this net and I was full, and I'm so hungry now hearing you guys talking about the good stuff. But yeah, pecan pie, peach cobbler, all of those things, man, I would like to have a tray of all of those things that you guys just mentioned tonight and just have a bite of each one of them. Well, what's going on with the Jeep, man? Back to you.
Well, so we got it mostly painted on Sunday. Saturday night through Sunday, we kind of pulled an all-nighter on it, and actually, I think I might have told you I pulled 2 all-nighters in a row, basically, working on it. We still need to finish painting the bumpers and the front nose clip and, or just the nose, front grille, and some of the trim pieces, like the door moldings and everything. So it's getting there. KB5MPJ.
Dude, that is amazing. I don't know how you can do that, but for all of you out there listening, Jason is the guy that you call, I guess, if you want to paint your car, or if you want to go out partying, because he just pulled 2 all-nighters in a row. So that is, you know that he is good for partying. Like, if you want to rock and roll out there, that's your guy. Well, awesome, man. What are the plans for the weekend? I'm sure you, after traveling, you probably want to stay at the house, but you never know because you're always doing fun stuff. Back to you, Jason.
Yeah, I'm gonna just relax the next couple of days. But Sunday, meet up with my friends from San Antonio. So yeah, we'll be doing a little bit, but kind of keeping it low key.
Yeah, man, I don't blame you after traveling all week. Were you in Texas or were you outside of the state? Back to you.
Yeah, I was out at Balmorhea State Park. I think I might have told you I worked for the state parks, so I was out there at Balmorhea in West Texas and staying in Fort Stockton.
Oh, very cool, man. It's been a while since I haven't been to that area. I enjoy it. It's funny. I got to see the desert as an adult because for those of you listening, this accent is because I am from Puerto Rico. I got here as an adult, and we do not have a desert. That's a tropical island. So the first time I remember driving through the desert, even though I was a grown up man, I was like a little kid, just looking side to side and enjoying the trip. Well, very cool. Do you do any camping out there while you go to those places by any chance? Back to you.
Usually not if I'm there for work, but I do sometimes do things at the parks. If I have some extra time, like Balmorhea is a big spring-fed pool, kind of like Barton Springs, but bigger and deeper and not quite as cold. So went swimming a couple times there, and I've had a chance to do like some fishing at places and mountain biking and stuff like that. So yeah, usually not camping when I'm on out for work, but get to do some fun things out there. KB5MPJ.
Well, very cool, man. Do you do a lot of traveling for work, or do you work mainly from like home, or is that like a normal thing that you have to go out like every week, or back to you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I travel occasionally. I'm usually usually in Austin, but sometimes I'll go, and go to a place that I can drive to in a day, go out there and back in a day, and sometimes do overnights. So, I don't know, maybe like 20% travel or something like that.
All right, I guess it's not that bad. You get to work from home and chill, and you also get to go out so you don't go insane working from home like I do. Do you take HF gear with you whenever you go to those places? Back to you, Jason.
Usually not. I did have my VHF, UHF radio in the car, and didn't really make any contacts this time. Sometimes I'll manage to make contacts on the road, but I don't have all the repeaters for that area programmed in, so I just kind of monitored Simplex and didn't really hear anybody. Put a few calls out, didn't hear anybody. I heard somebody doing POTA on 70 centimeters on the way back when I was around Dripping Springs, but I couldn't get back to them.
Well, that's interesting. POTA on 70 centimeters. I haven't bumped into that yet. I usually don't hear. It's really rare that I hear somebody on 70 centimeter simplex, but I guess maybe I'm not paying enough attention. But well, very cool, man. Glad to hear that things are going well and you're back in town and chilling and getting your stuff ready for the weekend. Do you have anything else for the net?
No, I think that's it. You'd asked about doing HF. I was thinking about, maybe next time I probably need to get a mag mount or something for my truck, but, take 11-meter sideband or 10 meters and maybe try that, because I'm sure I would have made contacts that way. But yeah, it was pretty dead on VHF, UHF. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So, thanks for doing the net, Ernesto. Back to net control. KB5MPJ.
Yeah, man, with 10 meters on your car, obviously you can do a whole lot. I have 10 meters in my truck, and I think I mentioned that on one of the nets the other day. I was at the bank waiting the drive-through, and there was a long line, and I turned on the 10-meter radio, and I got to talk to a guy from Patagonia, and all I had was 50 watts on my radio. I didn't even have the amp or anything on, so it's amazing. It's amazing what you can do with the 10 meters if you do sideband, and 11 meters too. I do enjoy my 11 meter with the breaker 19. It's fun, and I do get into the sideband as well. Well, all right, Jason. Thank you so much for checking into tonight's net. I hope you have an awesome rest of the week and a cool weekend as well. And we'll be talking to you soon, man. You have a good one. All right. Well, that was Jason. And that was the last person on my list here, so let me hop in and do a quick ID, and you are listening to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, brought to you by the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, @ N5OAK. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, and my name is Ernesto, KI5PZN, that's Papa Zulu November, and I am your net controller for tonight's net. Alright, well, we're looking for more check-ins. If you would like to check in to this awesome net, all you have to do is grab your mic and call net control.
This is Kilo India 5 Foxtrot Tango Yankee, Lou in Northwest Austin. No traffic, but I just wanted to say hello and have a good night. Thank you for running the net.
Alright. Well, I appreciate you checking in, Lou. KI5FTY. Have an awesome rest of the week and a good weekend as well, and we'll be talking to you soon. Alright, anybody else would like to check in to the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday night? Please call in with your name and call sign. All right. Let's do one more in case you are out there, you're kind of shy, you don't feel like you want to press the button, but you kind of feel like it, so call me, grab that mic and call me. Call net control with your name and call sign. Alright, looks like it's time to wrap up the net. But before we do that, let me read you a list of the local nets that we have access to so that you can stay radioactive throughout the week. And we get started on Mondays. We have 3 nets on Mondays. The 3 of them are at the same time. So you pick the one you like. We have the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club 6 Meter Monday. That's hosted by Rick, AI5A. That's on the 50.125 megahertz. That's 6 meter. 50125 upper sideband, and that's at 8 p.m. on Mondays. Also on Mondays, we have the Williamson County Amateur Radio Club Newham Net. They are on the 146.640 megahertz repeater at 8 p.m. And the third one is the Texas A&M University Amateur Radio Club Information and Training Net. It's on the N5 OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system. And again, that's at 8 p.m. as well. On Tuesdays, we have the Oak Hill Southside Simplex, hosted by Ray K5BZI, and that's on the 146.555 megahertz frequency at 8 p.m. That's a Simplex net, and if you're a new net ham, that means that we are not using a repeater for that net. You dial into the 146.555, and if you can hear the guys, just throw your call out there, and hopefully they can hear you, and you can test your equipment and see how far your reach goes. So that's on Tuesday nights. That's the Oak Hill Southside Simplex, hosted by Ray K5BZI, and again it's 146.555 at 8 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have the UT Amateur Radio Club Wednesday Net, hosted by, Matthew just finished school, so it will be hosted by a different operator every week, and it's on the University Link repeater system and the N5 OAK repeater system at 8 p.m. On Thursdays, we get started with the Oak Hill CW Net, hosted by Pat, W5WTH, and that's on the 3.532, again, 3.532 megahertz frequency at 7:30 p.m. That's 80 meters, but that's a section where the technicians can go and participate. And like Pat said earlier at the beginning of the net, you don't have to be a CW whiz to get into this net. You could be a beginner, and you could use a computer or an app to help you decode and send the code. But, it's fun to learn CW. It's a fun game at this point to do, so I would highly recommend it. Also on Thursday, we have this one, the Oak Hill Thursday Night Net, hosted by a different operator every week. And this is on the N5 OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system. And again, it starts at 8 p.m. every Thursday night. On Fridays, we have the Oak Hill Friday Night Trivia Net. And this week it's going to be hosted by Kent, KI5RBT. He's going to be running that one, and this is on the N5 OAK repeater system and the University Link repeater system, and that one starts at 9 p.m. That's the only one that starts at 9 p.m. during the week. And remember, no softwares to install or accounts to create. All you need is your smartphone, tablet, or computer to play, and your radio as well. Saturdays, we have 3 nets now. Let's just keep growing here. On Saturdays at 10 a.m., we have the K5LBJ net. James runs that one, KI5UXW, and that's on the 146.940 megahertz repeater, 146.940 at 10 a.m. on Saturday. So don't forget to go say hi to the guys on Saturday morning. On Saturdays at 7 p.m., we have the Austin Amateur Radio Club Elmer's Net, hosted by Jeff. N5MNW, and that's on the 146.940 megahertz repeater at 7 p.m. Also on Saturdays, it's one of my favorite nets here, is the 220 megahertz Guys Original Preservation Net. It's hosted by Steve, KB9DSQ, and that's on the 224.100 megahertz repeater at 9 p.m. on Saturdays. Now, if you don't have a 220 repeater, a 220 radio, well, if you have a 220 repeater, that would be cool, but if you don't have a 220 radio, you can still check into the 220 net by using Echolink. You connect to WM9W-R, that's Whiskey Mike Niner Whiskey Romeo, and you can go in and say hi to Steve. That's Saturdays at 9 p.m. And then on Sundays, we have 4 nets. It's a busy day on Sundays. We get started with the Austin Amateur Radio Club 10-meter weekly net, and that's on the 28.410 megahertz, 28.410 megahertz at 3 p.m., and that's on the technician side of the 10 meters, and you can jump in and say hi to the guys as well. That's on Sundays at 3. Sundays at 7 p.m., we have the Travis County Aries Weekly Net. That's on the 147.360 megahertz repeater at 7 p.m. That's the Travis County Aries Weekly Net. Don't forget, in case you would like to get involved with the emergency service, that's a good one to go and check it out. At 7:30 on Sundays, we have the Weekend Wind Down Net, hosted by me, KI5PZN. That's on the University Link repeater system and the N5OAK repeater system. And again, that's at 7:30 every Sunday night, and every once in a while, Mireya joins me to run that net as well. 9 p.m. on Sundays, right after the Weekend Wind Down Net, we have the Austin Amateur Radio Club Swap Net, hosted by Jeff, N5MNW, and that's on the 146.940 megahertz repeater at 9 p.m. Don't forget to go to n5oak.org to check the calendar for the DMR Machine Net. We have a net almost every night, and you can also check the calendar for all these nets that I just told you guys, because again, we have more than one net every day. This is a busy, busy place, and we love it. It keeps us happy. All right. Well, let's see. I would like to think. Let's get a count first of all before I lose track of what I was doing here. Let's get a count of check-ins for tonight. Well, I forgot to tell you guys before I wrap it up. Let's see. I never tell you guys about my 3 favorite desserts. So let's see. I have 3 that I usually go for, and the first one is chocolate cake. Because who can say no to chocolate cake? I like them, especially if they're fresh and moist and delicious. I also like the tiramisu. That's like a coffee Italian cake or / dessert. That stuff it's really, really, really good. And that banana pudding, homemade, that stuff is delicious. So that's usually where I go for. What I go for on dessert whenever I am misbehaving. And for the weekend, aside from hosting the Fox, I'm going to perhaps go and, chances are I'm going to go and Fox hunt KE5RS Fox, and that will happen. And I'll be one of the VEs for the in-person testing. So that's what's up with yours truly over the weekend. All right, so again, let's check and see how many check-ins we had for tonight's net. I have 18 check-ins for tonight, and let's see. And I would like to thank each of you for checking into tonight's net. And that was Micah, Paul, Samir, Anoj, Ken, Marshall, Bill, Andrew, Pat, Rusty, Cody, Blake, Brandon, Kent, Frank, Tim, Jason, Lou, and myself. I guess we'll be 19, if I count myself. Well, thank you for participating and listening along with us tonight. I hope this net was entertaining for you, and I hope to see you all next week, right here. The Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net is narrowcast courtesy of the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club, callsign N508K. We're here every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central. We are a non-profit, listen up, we are a non-profit, based here in Austin, Texas. For more information, please visit n5oak.org, where you can read about the club, sign up for our email list, or donate to support the continued growth of amateur radio. Don't forget to join our Discord group, where we stay in touch when we are not on the radio, and when we are on the radio as well. It's a great place to go and ask questions and stay current with the local ham community. Plus, you get to meet new people as well, people that perhaps you can't reach over RF, so just keep that in mind. We would like to thank Kyle, KA5D, for linking the University Link repeater system for this net. I'm Ernesto, KI5PZN, and from my QTH here in East Austin, Texas. 73, and thanks again for hanging out with us tonight. I will see you guys on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. right here for the weekend wind down net. This system is now returned to regular amateur use. Good night, y'all.
Great job, Ernesto.
Thank you. I really enjoy running this net.